Today is the launch of the Moveable Feast. So after the devastating fire of last year, we had to continue our work because that's what made the most sense to us. Even though our managing producer was one of the people that lost their homes, we just felt like that the work was something that could hold us. And so we continued on the work, and we decided to develop this tour that is called the Moveable Feast, where we go to our neighboring nations, to the Lequepan territory, and we provide events for them, produce events with them, and also as a way to support them and to feel that support from those communities as well. So today we're here to support the Lytton First Nation and the people of Lytton, the town of Lytton, anyone impacted by those fires. We're here to sing and pray with our feet and just be here for them and to provide this music as a way of bringing some hope and continuing that hope daily and momentarily. Today we have our beautiful elder Sharon Spinks doing our welcome. We have Echo Alec, who is actually from the Lequepan people here. She lives on the island now, but she'll be doing a performance, as well as rap duo MCs Equal and T-Rhyme from Alberta. They're coming. The Spiritual Warriors, who are Statlium, reggae, awesome reggae artists. Geo, aka The Voice. The Malauman Collective, which is my group that I'm in, from Sequetum territory. We also have who am I missing? Curtis Clearsky and the Constellations, who are incredible Indigifunk band. And Rich, of course, how can I forget Richie and the Fendermen, which are the local legends here in Lytton. And so we're just really looking forward to presenting this great lineup as the launch of the first launch of our Moveable Feast tour. Just that the Moveable Feast is leading up to our main event, Two Rivers Remix Festival, which is from July 8th to 10th. And all of this is just, gearing us up for that major event.
All right, that was Meeka Morgan. She's the artistic director of Two Rivers Remix, and this year they have launched the 2RMX Moveable Feast, and that group is in Kamloops today, and they'll be arriving into Cache Creek shortly after. And they'll have a whole weekend of workshops and musical performances in Cache Creek. And Joey Onley, our newest addition to Valley TV News, he's been helping us out for the past few weeks, and it's been so great to have him. He was able to catch up with Meeka Morgan, and we're going to listen to that interview in just a bit. But first, let's chat with Joey. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderfully. The weather in Wells is not raining for a few minutes, so it's just wonderful up here in the mountains. So beautiful.
All right, we've got the little. There we go. I'm gonna pull you up here. There we go. There he is. All right.
That's me.
So, hi. So, how was the weather out in Wells today?
For once, it's not raining, although I don't think that's going to last very long. And tomorrow, Thursday, the 7th of July, we're looking at an incredible dump of rain here in Wells and some more on Friday. So, short break from the bitterly wet weather for us.
Yeah, I saw that it was supposed to be kind of sunny and cloudy this weekend over here in Cache Creek. Looking forward to this weekend to be able to check out some musical performances. So I understand that you actually know Meeka. Maybe we can tell the audience a little bit about who Joey is and a bit of your musical background as well.
Well, I'm sure quite a few of you people in Ashcroft will already have known me in Cache Creek from Interior Weather and Wilderness Watchers, and of course my band, the Joey Only Outlaw Band, which the Ashcroft Opera House. We were the last band, along with the Genghis Gandhis. That was Mika's husband, Rob Hall's band for many, many years. So played at the tea shop there. Been in Ashcroft a lot of times, so I'm definitely no stranger to the town. Looking forward to getting to spend some more time there, of course, because that will. There's always more to discover about a place, and although maybe I'll crave the cool mountain air here some days. After the kind of winter I've had working in the bush and how brutal the summer start's been, I can't wait to see the sunshine a little more.
All right. And you also have a background in firefighting. Can you tell our communities just a little bit about that?
Yeah, I've been training officer here at the Wells Volunteer Fire Brigade, and I've been wildfire crew boss and member of Tomahawk Ventures Cruise there, and of course, interior tree falling crews. So basically, always work with natives, work with people from Skeechistan, work with people from Lytton, work with people from Nisconlith, and all those kinds of places, Bonaparte. So I do know quite a few of you already in the area. So that's kind
Yeah.
of neat. And with this dead fire season, I'm having to look for real jobs,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
producing really maybe is the coolest real job I've had in a while. It certainly
Yeah.
beats another winter timber cruising out in the wilderness.
Well, you've been so helpful these past few weeks. I'm always crazy busy, and most of the community knows that. They just know that I'm always running and doing something else. But so it's so great to have you here. So you got to check up out catch up with Meeka. How did that interview go?
It was really wonderful. It's been a little, probably the longest stretch in many years since I last talked with Meeka. I haven't been down that way. We haven't had a fire season, so I haven't been south yet this year. Last summer, I spent most of my fire season fighting up north. So many fire seasons, or many times traveling with my band, which I'm not doing these days. I'd find myself visiting Ashcroft and hanging out there with at Mika's house. So it's been a while, so it's definitely nice to catch up. Of course, it's more formal when you're talking about what's going on. We're talking about festivals and past things and Lytton burning down and all these intertwined histories that are part of the Lytton Two Rivers Remix society and how it's become the Movable Feast. So I was also surprised to find out. I mean, I knew that they've been working on the Two Rivers Remix for many years. I knew it was gonna be a really big thing someday. I didn't realize it had already crossed into that threshold. I knew it was having success. Talking to her yesterday, I realized, like, "Oh, you've kind of already made it to where you wanna go, and now the sky's really the limit. This could become a big thing." And not just a big thing like, "Oh, it's a festival that happens," but a cultural thing that there's a shortage,
Yeah.
uh, for what it's providing, right? So, I think,
Right.
its place in for many years to come as a community building adventure, I think is profoundly ready to happen.
All right, Joy. Well, it's been great chatting with you, and we look forward to welcoming you into our community soon. We're going to go check out this interview now with Meeka Morgan of Two Rivers Remix. Thanks so much for watching.
Yeah, so to Kamloops to Secwepemc is our third, let's see, fourth tour stop in the Movable Feast. So we started Two Rivers Remix in 2018, went on to 2019 live again. It was incredible experience for all, not just Indigenous people, but all people. We noticed it was very healing experience for especially survivors and just women, family friendly, LGBTQ. We noticed it was a place where people really felt valued and accepted and loved. And we really wanted to just continue that feeling and vibration. Of course, the pandemic hit. We decided to go virtual, which led to like a massive learning curve and way more programming. Our workload probably went up like 500% once the pandemic came, which is very strange. And we started doing that, and then we heard about the 215 plus that were found in, well, rediscovered in Tecumloops at the Kamloops Residential School, which was a huge blow across Turtle Island, especially to many of our people who that is in the Secwepemc Nation, which I am a part of. My father went to the St. Joseph's Mission in Williams Lake. Um, Once that happened, we were all in pretty intense states of grief, but then the fire took out our whole community in literally like 15 minutes to half an hour. Our managing producer, his home was razed, our office was razed, our $100,000 of new equipment that we'd only used once. We had had a live stream recorded at near Boston Bar 4 days before, and it was 46 degrees. We realized that we were having a live show on the hottest day on earth. We were wondering what the heck we were doing, but we were just trying to keep things happening throughout the pandemic. So once the fire hit, it was a huge blow. Our work almost totally stopped for a month. And then we decided that we had to press on because it just seemed worse for us not to. That this was a way that we could keep community and people connected, but also continue to be concerned and bring awareness, especially about climate change and how it affects not just our people, but all people. So we decided that we wanted to apply for funding to do what we call a movable feast. So we wanted to go to the different neighboring nations who in the past have supported each other in various ways to improve the conditions of their lives. There's very amazing historical documents out there, like the Memorial to Sir Wilfrid Laurier, where almost all of the communities that we have been hosted in have in the past allied themselves with the Lekwungen people and the Secwepemc people. So we've planned shows in the areas of the neighboring communities in the Lekwungen territory, but also the Statliam territory. We went to Lillooet. We did the 1 year commemoration of the fire at the Lytton First Nation, leading to Lillooet on the 2 days later. And then 2 days later, last night, we were at Boston Bar at Tukwioham Village, this beautiful interpretation center that is on the Boothroyd community. And then we are now headed to Kamloops, to the Powwow Arbor, which is the largest wooden structure in North America, where they have the famous Kamloops powwow. We're going there to present an event that I don't think this has ever been done in any of these places. And so that will be leading to our main event of July 8th to 10th, which will be in Cache Creek this year, hosted by the Secwepemc Nation, the Stuktausem, that's the Stuktaus people, which my family, my father is a part of that community. And so we just decided that all of these communities have either experienced heavy grief, loss, and or have supported our host community of Lytton, Kempchin. They have supported those people through being there during their evacuation. Some of them still live in the area, such as Lillooet, Ashcroft, Cache Creek. Some are still living there now, waiting for their town to be recovered and their homes to be recovered. So we thought what we can do as a reciprocal exchange of that support is raise funds throughout the year to create this movable feast and to bring it to these small rural areas that are really amazing places, beautiful parts of our territory, as a way to give back on our end to Rivers Remix, but also to show our support and then to create these spaces where all people can bear witness to the huge, massive spectrum of Indigenous stories that are out there. We even have international Indigenous that are being represented this year. There's a group from Aotearoa, New Zealand, that came in 2019 that we developed a very strong bond with, and they've come back and they've said it feels so special for them to be back. We have some Indigenous Mexican, like an Aztec dancer and some other dancers that are attending with the Butterflies in Spirit dance group, which is focused on missing and murdered Indigenous women. They work with their families. They don't have a lot of coverage in the interior, so this gives them an opportunity to do that. So tomorrow we will be at Kamloops, and it's going to be like a monster show. We have a stacked lineup right from noon till 11 p.m. And some of the performers, like we have, we always have a welcome and a prayer by an elder. We have the M Sky Project, which is a duo that has roots in Kamloops. Kim Gucci, she's Okanagan Seal, Hasatuk is from New Channel Territory. Takaya Blaney is an incredible artist and activist and community organizer. Willie Thrasher and Linda Saddleback, who they're part of our special presentation of Native North American artists that will also be there at the main feast. Gerald Charlie and the Black Owl Blues Band. Like these are incredible survivor performers, which we are really focusing on this year because a lot of our survivors are not here to tell their stories anymore. So the ones that are here, we want to give them some really good space and spots where they can share their knowledge and their wisdom and their experience. We've got the Spiritual Warriors, which is a Statlium reggae band. They do a lot of their own traditional songs, but in the reggae style. George Leach, who's Statlium. Logan Stats, who's from Mohawk territory, but he spent a lot of time up in the Wet'suwet'en as well. Then we got locals like Levi D, Geo, Kiva MH, my band, the Malaman Collective. We've got Aaliyah, who's Stolo, Echo Alec, who's also doing tattoo medicine, hand poke tattoo medicine workshops. But then we also have Kinney Starr, she's been a part of our virtual scene for a while and became just one of our heavy supporters. So we have her coming to Kamloops on tomorrow, but also performing on the Saturday of the main feast. Then Equal and T-Rhyme are incredible women MCs that do this theme of for women by women. They're from Saskatchewan. They're here. They've been with us throughout the tour. Quana Styles, Curtis Clearsky and the Constellations, who are Indigifunk band. And it's all ending tomorrow night with Snotty Nose Res Kids and then DJ Shub with War Club Special. Like it's going to be absolutely incredible. And for the main feast, we got like William Prince on Sunday. We've got Digging Roots on Friday. We've got Leela Gilday, who she's on Sunday night. Kinney Starr, Saturday. Logan Stats, Friday. Matt Mack, who's a blind Ojibwe producer and MC. Marcel Gagnon. And then the Native North America artists, like this is a compilation that was Grammy nominated and showcases the trailblazers of what is been coined as Native North American music. But these are really the people that were a part of these huge circles of activists, artists, and musicians who had to leave their communities to be able to have their artistry shared because they didn't have internet and stuff like that. For them to be able to share their music and their message, they had to leave their communities, and some of them never made it back. Some of them still have never went back because that was a choice that they had to make. So, I feel really blessed to be able to even witness these people and their art. It's incredible.
That's a
Mouthful.
lot that you're doing.
Yeah, no shit.
I really didn't have any idea how busy you've been. I know you've been busy. I knew that the festival has become a big thing again, but I really am kind of shocked to hear just how huge it really is.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
I knew that it was going to be something big someday, and it's probably going to be bigger yet.
Well, we're learning a lot because I'm doing a lot of different jobs. It's been a huge learning curve, and we have a very small skeleton crew of people that are doing this work, and we have an amazing production crew that is just everyone has each other's backs. So we're helping each other, but it takes a lot of work. It's pretty strenuous. Sometimes we have 20-hour days. This last week has been like even our off days are still on days, and like I don't know, my eyes probably look really puffy because I haven't really gotten much sleep. And even in my sleep, I work. Like I wake up thinking about details and things or dream about it. And it's like, we'll definitely need a break after this. But the one thing I feel like I was feeling about yesterday, because everyone was calling it the monster show tomorrow. And I feel like we have to suffer a little bit for those children that suffered, that were found there. And that's our way of giving that energy back, and maybe it can help in their release to where they need to go back to their families. And if we have to suffer a little bit to be able to bring the people together, then is it really suffering? I don't feel like it is. It's
It's just what hard work is.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes like when things are happening in a really concentrated time, sometimes it seems like time stretches for you or your energy stretches for you and expands in order to be able to do it. And it reminds me of making medicine when, you do all this work to get the medicine created and then you cook it down even more and cook it down even more so that it's really, really concentrated. And I feel like that's what we're doing. Like that reminds me of what we're doing. Every time we've stopped at a community, we're always freaking out because we don't quite know. Like nothing's perfect. There's always things that happen, right? But I think as long as you have each other's backs where you're going to be like, hey, we're going to be okay and we're going to make this work, it all works out. And every single event so far has been so incredible. Like we had some young people that we had worked with in the past that came up to me and said, what you guys brought was so healing and so important and just made them feel so good. I mean, when you hear that, and then when you see all these intergenerations feeling so happy and free that they can dance, they could sing, because we've also been doing, the Malaman Collective has been doing a workshop at these events where we invite people to lay tracks down or sing or something. And we already have a song created from yesterday's event. So, when you see things and are able to witness things like that, it makes all the work worthwhile. And we know that the work is what is holding us up and nurturing us throughout the way. Um, it's uplifting us. So we're grateful.
Dana is messaging me right now. Do you have plans this upcoming weekend? My
Woo!
ex-wife does. She's going to go down to the festival and see you. I'm going to have the
Yes.
kids, so I'm probably going to be here, I think. But
Well, it is kid friendly. It's family friendly, and there is a kids park right on the
oh
do you want to get the phone? You can.
no, I do not.
Um,
I want Josh to
there's
get
a
me
kids
outside the
park
house.
literally at the venue. There's a kids park.
It's
So
it's the
I know.
it's the
I
kid
know.
it's the travel for me that isn't necessarily kid friendly, and
Yeah, I
still
get it.
quite broke. But
I get it.
it is.
But you know what? It's all live
Soon I'm
streamed.
going to be probably living in Cache Creek, and it'll be really hard to find an excuse not to be at events like that.
The one thing too I want to mention is that we have been live streaming since the pandemic, and now we just live stream our entire events because we have this big online following of people that are either, they can't make it, they can't travel, or they still aren't comfortable with it, or what have you, but it keeps them connected too. And so we've developed this whole crew of Indigenous camera crews and been mentoring youth. And we've also been mentoring youth in sound. And so that's a big part of our projects too, is that we're always trying to find people who are keen, that want to learn more about this. And it's a lot of work they're realizing, but even they're super stoked to be there. So when the kids think it's cool, that it's probably pretty cool.
And it's something I often say, it's important to develop talent,
Yeah.
right? And the people are right there, and some of them already have the ability. But yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that I have a truck that cost me about $300 to drive anywhere right now, I probably would be seeing you
Brutal.
this weekend. Yeah, it's good to talk to you. How can people find more information on Two Rivers Remix Society, on what's happening tomorrow?
Well, you can go to tworiversremix.ca, 2rmx.ca. You can go to our Facebook page. That's probably the best one. Two Rivers Remix Society Facebook page. That's where we'll also have our live feed. It has all of the posters of all of the events, the lineup, everything. Um, yeah, it's probably the best way. They're right there.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me. I know Dana's going to be there, and I know members of my family will be there, and
Well,
they could find me there. You never know.
you
I've
never
been
know.
I've been getting really tired of this mountain weather.
Well, it's gonna be beautiful this weekend. It's supposed to be like, and it's not gonna be too super hot either. I mean,
Oh,
super
perfect.
hot for us is like mid 40s, but it's gonna be like late 20s, early 30s, which is
Yeah.
like balmy for us.
Oh, you're going to be very lucky with wonderfully perfectly balanced weather this weekend.
Hey, that's what I want to hear.
And maybe a few thunderstorms in the region.
Yeah, and
Throughout.
our crew can't wait because we've been doing setup takedown daily. So for them to be able to set up and not have to take down for 3 days, they're just like, oh my God, they can't wait to get to the home stretch.
Yeah, you're almost there. All right,
Mhm.
you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon, Meeka.
Okay, thanks, Joey. Take
All
care.
right.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.